Hi everyone, Flaming Footy here, and welcome back to another video on the channel. And today, guys, here I am to continue the AFL 23 rebuilding series. And in today's video, going to be attempting to rebuild Melbourne in AFL 23. And of course, if you guys have been watching these rebuilds, you guys will know how they roll. Of course, we take each club and try and rebuild them, and the ultimate aim of the rebuild is just to finish better than the year before. So if we finish 16th, try and rise from 16th. If we finish in the grand final and win it, obviously then there's the ultimate aim. Pretty much just like how every AFL club rolls, and the standards is just do better than last year. And that's what we're going to be going ahead and trying to do. Sydney win by 38 after we won our first 2 games of the year. So looking to bounce back in the West, and we do against the Eagles, so nicely done there. And it's interesting, Brisbane are at the bottom of the ladder at the moment. A very powerhouse club like them, ready to see that, but we are rocking and rolling at the moment. We have started off really strongly. A good club this is Melbourne, plenty of superstars, and nicely done there. We are rocking and rolling, getting the wins on the board early. We've already gotten 4 or 5 wins at the moment. A tight loss there to North, but we're getting the wins early. Got the Suns at Heritage Bank Stadium. We lose that one by 36, so not great. But now playing the Hawks, who are on the bottom at the moment. The MCG, nice win there by 9. Not a huge win against the bottom of the ladder club, but again though, you just take the wins however they come. Really nice win there over Port though. That is very nice indeed. Got the Dockers now at the MCG, and I don't know, but it put on our Clash. Indigenous Clash, which was weird. Our Indigenous Clash kit, that is very weird indeed. Brisbane had tons of picks in the mid-season draft. We're playing Carlton now in a big game, and that is a nice 23-point win. We have got the Collingwood Football Club now. Of course, the big freeze game, King's Birthday Clash. 76 points is the winning margin, and now we are all of a sudden up in that top 4 mix, playing the Cats, 3rd versus 4th. And it's a nice 16-point win. What a year it has been. And at the moment, just going by what we've been doing at the moment, a nice win there. A realistic aim is at least preliminary finals here. We've got the we've got the Saints now. 1 point classic. 1 point classic win. Oh boy, what a start to the season. What a season has been, really. 31-point win over Brisbane. We're on top of the ladder. We're playing a shaky Adelaide side, very similar to their season. They get the win away from home. Now we're playing the 3rd place Tigers, who've had a draw with another club. Nice win, 46 points, beautiful. And I think the club they would have drawn with would have been Hawthorn. Right, let's see. We are 2nd at the moment. We've got the Roos at Blunston. Good win, good win. Right, we're playing the Blues now. Saturday night, MCG. 10-point loss. 10-point loss after we led it late and just gave up all the goals late in the contest. And I still think first is available. Huge 73-point win. Now, percentage is going to be the only problem. Saturday night clash against the Swans to finish. Need to win this game. Win by 34. Up and about. Up and about. Now, where does that leave us? In first. First. The minor premiership. Look at the Suns. The Suns up in 3rd. Congratulations to them. And Richmond in 4th. So we're playing Richmond in a qualifying final. Here we go. All comes down to this. And we are only through the semi-finals, so unfortunately enough, couldn't get through the prelims. We might still be able to, but couldn't get there straight away. So our big opportunity gone, but we win. So expectation has been hit. Expectation has been hit. We are officially at the prelim, and if we win this against Port Adelaide, who are always in the finals in these rebuilds, we go through to the grand final. Every time Port Adelaide are there. Have we done the Port Adelaide rebuild yet? No, we haven't. It'll be interesting when we get around to that time anyway, because they always seem to be in the pointy end of the year. But what do you expect? Of course, Port made the grand final, because they always seem to do it in this series. No, I don't want that. I want the actual grand final. So Geelong won it by 25 after they got to a good start. led by as much as like 60 points at one stage, but or 66 or something like that. But in the end, yeah, it's a 25 point for Geelong. Right. Time 2, this is where the rebuild is getting to its peak. This is where, of course, all the good stuff happens. We look through the season. Oliver nicely done there, polling 17 votes in the Brownlow. Let's have a look. Neil Bullen kicked 22 goals, so Pickett kicked 22 as well. Just identifying areas that we need to improve on young talent. There was nothing in terms of that for us. So looks like goal kickers is probably something which we might need to look at. But aside from that, I think that we should probably be pretty comfortable where we sit. We did a really good job, and that's where this list management calls come into play. Not making a lot of changes to a side that has already done so well. So Hibberd, I am assuming it's probably just going to be my best interest to sign him on. There is trade value attached to him though. Okay, brilliant. He's an 88 rated. Perfect. Trade value there. So that's the first one. Jake Melksham. I am definitely keen to sign this man on though. I am definitely keen to sign this man and I want him to stay. I really want this man to stay. He wants to be playing somewhere else next year. Please, Jake Melksham, just stay. Okay, auto negotiate. There we go. Sweet, beautiful. Right, so we've got him on. We don't have Hibberd, but I don't need Hibberd, I don't think. Jordan, want to keep him on as well. James Jordan, we're going to keep him. But yeah, not doing a whole heap this trade period, in all honesty. I guess might be one of the shorter rebuilds, but yeah, want to try and keep a good list as a good list. That might have been an area where we have messed up in a couple of rebuilds this year, probably trying to do too much. But I do want to try and do enough as well. Dunstan's not going to get a contract. Turner, if he's going to accept a certain amount, I will give him a contract. That is going to be too much, and he doesn't even want to be here anyway, so that's fine. Right. Moniz Wakefield, if he wants to accept 90,000 on a 1 year deal, he can stay. He does not want to be playing here either. Alright, that is all fine. Right, who else? We've got Woden. Definitely going to keep this man. Definitely going to keep this man. Going to do whatever it takes to keep this man. Going to do whatever it takes. Auto negotiate. Has done it again. Beautiful. Right. Let's see. We've got... Who else do we need to sign? D. Smith and K. Turner, which I think this might be Deacon Smith, is it? Yeah, it is. I'll give him a promotion to the primary list, and I'll give him a 2 year deal at 90,000. Otherwise, then no. And he's not going to be. Alright, so we've got a couple of players to just play around with. Moniz Wakefield, Smith and Turner are the first couple. Alright. Right, so we're going to trade with a fellow contender in Port Adelaide, as I have been doing as of late. And of course, the big player is Michael Hibberd, one I didn't offer the contract to. And look... No, because I'm going to do key forward for him. Now, we know Carlton. We know Carlton have got 2 spearheads. I'm going to try and land one in one of the biggest snares ever. I'm going to go for Harry Mackay or Charlie Curnow. I'm going to see which one is more achievable. Where's Charlie Curnow at? Charlie Curnow, he's a 93. It would have to be one of the bigger scalps to land him, so I'm not going to be able to land him. But I am going to potentially try Mackay. Who else have we got? I want to try and open up a couple of options here. We've got plenty of time to play within this rebuild, so we've got plenty of options. I want to try and land a younger key forward. I don't want to land one that's 30. I want to try and land a younger key forward, which is already doing well. Collingwood, I don't think they're going to have anybody. Essendon, I don't think they're going to have anybody. Fremantle will probably have Jai Amos. He's probably the best option. Geelong, Gold Coast, they've got Jack Lukosius. The Giants, they've got Hogan, but probably not. Hawthorn have Lewis. North Melbourne have Larkey. Oh, yes. That is the one. That is the one. Nick Larkey. If we can land him, that's massive. I mean, this man has got so much upside. It's ridiculous. Look at the offer. We need to just try and offer him more than what he already did. I'm offering him less than what he's currently contracted for. I mean, this man is like... I'm happy to offer him whatever it takes. He's a huge man. If we can get him at this football club... Oh my days, Nick Larkey. Oh my goodness, Nick Larkey, get to this football club. I am so happy he's accepted the offer. I'm going to first of all ask a question to Hibberd. We can get... No way! You are kidding me. Steal of the trade period. Nick Larkey, welcome to Melbourne. That's going to be one of the biggest individual trades we've ever done in this AFL 23 rebuilding series. This man, of course, as we know, plays in an underperforming club and he kicks 60 goals or 50 goals a year. In Melbourne, he's going to get so many more opportunities. I'd be expecting him to be right up there in the column next year. But what a steal. We did plenty of those in Evo 2, plenty of steals in Evo 2. This is going to go down as one of the good ones. It was very easy to trade in AFL Evolution 2, but in AFL 23, beautiful. So I've picked up Nick Larkey, right. So that's the main. I want to try and find a key forward. We didn't have to go through the rest of the clubs. We found one. Beautiful. So now we are going to, let's have a look. We can still trade players that are contracted as well. That's not in my limit not to do that. Harms, he could probably be one that we could have a look at, but I do want to try and do the players which are out of contract first. So we've got Dunstan, there's a bit of value attached to him. Dunstan, Turner, Smith, and Moniz Wakefield. Dunstan, Turner, Smith, Moniz Wakefield. We're going to go Freo, we're going to go for, let's go down here, we're going to do that, we're going to do that. Right, we're going to see what we can get here. So who have we got? I'm going to take from Freo. I want to try and get another player. I'm going to try and find Johnson. I mean, he'd be a good midfielder, but the problem is that we've already got plenty of midfielders, so I don't really know what we need to do to improve, in all honesty. It's probably just that forward line, really. That's where the troubles can be, and Sam Sturkin plays a bit of a hybrid kind of player that could probably play tall and small, so I think we're going to offer up him a contract. We're going to do 2 for 1 first. Beautiful, that's a really easy deal, I'm happy with that. Right, we're going to go to we're trying to think of players that got good forwards. I mean, if we could land Zohar, if we could take North's two big, like two what would you call them, vocal points up forward, it'd be pretty mean to North to take both of them, but we're just gonna have a look because we've got to try and I mean, the problem is though is that do I have anything that I could give them though? I'd probably have to do Harms, in all honesty. I'd probably have to give up Harms for Zerha, but I mean, for probably what it's worth, it's probably not going to be worth it in the long run anyway. So I think we're going to leave Zerha at North. Right. Turner, let's see, Turner and Dunstan is what is left, and then potential Harms. But Dunstan and Turner are the first two, which I'm going to try and do. We're going to go to Richmond. Richmond are another club that finished highly in this season, so I'm going to try. I don't think I'm going to do a whole heap with the picks. Probably trade out the late rubbishy ones, so might see if we can already make a start on trading out late rubbishy picks for a better pick in return from Richmond. Right, so we've done that. We're going to go back to Richmond again. We're going to try and repeat the process a little bit more with our late rubbishy picks. These are picks which I don't want, and I will take, there's not a whole heap because we've just done our swaps with them, but I will take 92, no, alright, no, right. Alright, so we're going to take out our stuff and we're going to go ahead and actually work on players. So it was Turner, which Turner was it? I'm pretty sure it was Kai Turner. And then we want Dunstan. So let's see what we want from them. We could do Turner for Banks, I reckon. Banks was a pretty decent draft pick. Who else is there? I don't think there's really going to be else. I don't really feel like there's going to be a lot of other players, and that Banks potential does have me going nice. So yeah, it makes me think this is probably not a bad one. 154,000. I probably really would have wanted him to have been less than that, but I'll do it. And we'll just go straight swap. Richmond immediately declined. They were insulted. Alright, so obviously we're going to have to do a little bit more. We can give up some late rubbishy picks if that will help. They're going to immediately still decline the offer. Future round 3 draft pick. That's where they picked him up in the drafts. I can't really go much more on the future round 2. And I don't really know what I'm doing now. I'm just trying to round 3. What about if we were to do pick 39 and then we get pick 56 back? That might work. Quickly decline. Alright, so the problem is that we've already signed Banks, so now we've got to actually follow through and get him. That's going to be the problem. What if we just give up picks altogether? Immediately decline. I'm just going to keep on adding. Immediately decline. Future round 3 to go with 74 and 75. That's back-to-back picks. Giving them the option if they want back-to-back picks, but unfortunately enough, I actually do feel like we're going to fail to get Banks, and we did just splash out a bit of money on something that we didn't need to do, so unfortunately enough, that is a bit of a failure, that trade. Anyway, though, it doesn't really matter that much. Gold Coast, they finished pretty highly, and Dunstan and Turner are potential options. And Turner's potential is actually pretty good, 76 to 80. Right, let's have a look. Dunstan, where is he going to be? I've probably already gone past him. No, I haven't. Alright, so Gold Coast, we've only got plenty of young talent, and that 4 line is something which is just going to keep on growing. Tom Berry's an option, so I'm going to try and float as many options as I can. Chol is another good option, which we could potentially try and chase, because we're 2 for 1, 2 players for 1. So Chol is in the mix. Hollands is not going to get enough midfield opportunities, so no point. Bailey Humphrey, what a spark. He'd be in the 4 line. He'd pair really well with Pickett, and then he can go and spend time in the midfield as well. We probably are overpaying, but then that means like we can try and get a pick. Lukosius could be another good one as well as like a key forward. So I don't really want to go chasing mega bucks for Lukosius though. So I think I might stick happy with Humphrey, or do we go for Lukosius? The problem is that I don't know what I'm going to need to give up along with this for Lukosius. So I can give up the first rounder, but then we're going to be quite short in the draft. But you know what? For the sake of the reboot, to get things interesting, how many deals can I offer up as max? Oh my goodness. I can offer up to 9-year deals. I think we're going to stick at 4 though. He's such a good player. He wants 530,000. And if I need to give up a first round pick, I've got a future first round pick there as well. There's plenty of options that we can do. This man just has tons of upside. It is just amazing what he can do. Gold Coast just ripped themselves off. We gave up an older player for a younger player. Oh my goodness, what a deal. And we could probably still, in all honesty, chase Humphrey as well, I feel like. Let's go for, we want Humphrey. Let's just say that we just want Bailey Humphrey. Right, going to chase him now. What's he on? Probably not a whole heap of money. Yeah, he's not on a whole heap of money, and that potential is sky high. Alright, then he can take a 6-year deal then. Bailey Humphrey on a mega contract to be immortal pretty much for most of his AFL career. He's going to be playing with us. This is a brilliant deal. 6-year deal. I don't normally offer players that, but when you're into a player, and Bailey Humphrey, boy, he's going to be a superstar in the future. Yeah, I am pretty happy. So we're going to first of all ask future round 1 pick. Now I know that he was a high draft pick, so we're going to have to give up a fair bit to get him. Future round 1 and round 2. Gold Coast decline my offer. Future round 1, 239. Oh my goodness, 2 huge deals this trade period. I reckon this has got to be one of my probably favourite, because there's a lot to play with. Melbourne have a lot to play with, and yeah, we've done a good job. Right, now we're going to go to Adelaide. Well, we're not necessarily going to be trading with Adelaide, but I just want to see what I don't need, and this is what I don't need. And Adelaide have got good young talent. But do we want to, are we having any gaps in our draft? 17 then 57. So I feel like if we can trade for 27 to get that in the door, that's pretty good. Don't take long to decline my offer. Okay, right. I think that we might actually have to turn to what we already have, which is 75. Don't take long to decline my offer. What about... this is really the best offer that I can actually do with them. Okay, right. So I was thinking about that. The only other option that I had was to go and scout a player. But in all honesty, I think probably trading for 27 is the best that I could do. So we're not going to go Adelaide. If we go and have a look at the ladder, this is what I haven't done, sillily enough. And we just need to see what is a little bit below them. Giants and Essendon. So it's probably worth having a look at Essendon then. Probably worth having a look at trying to trade with Essendon or the Giants. So we're just going to have to keep that in our mind. Giants or Essendon, because then that means... Oh no, we want to go the other way. Hang on. I've just stuffed up. We want to go the other way. Brisbane, Western Bulldogs, Fremantle. Alright. Brisbane, Western Bulldogs, or Fremantle. I went the wrong way. Right, so we want Brisbane, Doggies, or Free. I'm just going to go Doggies first. What pick have they got? The 29th pick. We're going to offer them up our deal. We're first going to do this. For pick 29, I want to try and jump back into the second round. Right, so 111 might actually still have to be ours. Yes, the trade will be cleared. The Dogs also had good key forwards as well. That could have been a club which we could have gone to. So Fremantle finished 9th, so their pick is going to be about 30. Beautiful. I think this is the deal which we might actually be able to strike with. We might be able to strike with them. Right, let's have a look. We can always go that 74th pick if we need to, which we're going to try that. 74 and 93 must be. That one pick up. Alright, so then now though it's who finished in the top 8 that we want to be looking at now. Ladder. Right. Sydney, Geelong, Collingwood, Carlton. Right, just tried to get a ton of those. Sydney, Geelong, Collingwood, Carlton. Sydney. Pick 32, 33 and 34. Alright, so that pretty much means now that we've got Sydney, and Sydney only really. That's probably the best that we're going to be getting a good look at. Right, we're going to take out 75. We're going to go for future round 4. We're going to try that. Right, we're going to take out that and add in 75 for pick 33. Alright, well then we're going to try for pick 34 then. And they might accept. They don't. And there is nothing else to try for. Okay, right. So on to the next couple of clubs we go now, because yeah, they had everyone else's pick. We don't want fixtures, we want the ladder. Who finished in? Alright, so we've got like Port Adelaide, Gold Coast, and Richmond. Let's go Port Adelaide. It was my goal to take some of their players, but we're not going to be able to do that anymore. Instead, we're going to take their pick, which is not a great pick, in all honesty. So we're going to actually have to try and just offer up our worst deal. And after long deliberations, they decline. We'll try this. I think they should do it for this. They don't. And I don't know what to say to that, really. There might have been some pick trading going on, but I don't think so, because, yeah, Oh, well then now I think we've got to go back towards the bottom of the ladder again to start the brand new round. So let's go to the Giants. Let's see. They've got 47. Probably a little bit too far down. We'll go for West Coast. What did they get? They got pick 44. Alright, we'll try with them now. It's just trying to get rid of those little late annoying picks. Alright. Well, then I guess it was going to try the Giants now. And then, yeah, even not the Giants. And I don't really know what we'll be able to do. We'll probably just have to hold on to these picks. And, yeah, we're going to try the Giants. Please just accept. Nope. They're not going to. Alright, so now we're just going to go back to a mid-table side, which I think was... Let's just try... Oh, Fremantle was a mid-table side. Fremantle was that mid-table side. They finished 9th, and then we had also the Western Bulldogs. That was another option as well, but yeah, we're going to try that. We are pretty much ripping ourselves off now. It's probably worth it to hold on to these picks, really. Right, let's just see what Sydney have, and then yeah, this is probably the best last crack that we got, because yeah, essentially now we're actually giving up a future round 3 plus a bunch of other picks, a bundle of picks. So if we think about who finished above the Swans, it was like Carlton and Collingwood, pretty much, or that finished around them. Okay, because then after this we pretty much head into round 4, so we may as well look at trading with like Richmond pretty much for their pick. So we started in the 20s, and now all of a sudden it looks like we're playing for pick 56 from Richmond. We finally land it. There we go. So the only other player which we did have was James Harmes, which if I was to trade off James Harmes, I'd be looking for somebody in the forward line as well. So trying to think of dynamic forward lines, young forward lines. Probably think of Adelaide. They've got a really good dynamic forward line. and our picks are kind of bleeding. At the moment, we don't have a great selection of picks. We've got 17, 56, 57, 74, and 75. So maybe we do have more sweetness. And that 27 looks to me and just really does scream that I really do want it. So it's just now who's a forward which we want to try and take from them. Or which we want to try and negotiate for. McAdam is a good option. McHenry is a good option. Murphy is not a bad option. Pedler is a really good option, actually. Pedler's a really good option. But you got to think James Harms, he's a really good player. And, I mean, Rochelle, the excitement machine's probably not a bad one to look at. And I think he's probably going to be, in the end, the one which I'm going to choose to pursue. It'd be McHenry or Rochelle. But, where's McHenry? He was down here somewhere. McHenry... He's an 84 and has an 84 to 93 potential. Rochelle does have more potential. When I go to Harms, I just need to see what Harms is. He's a straight 86. So, I feel like just to make things interesting, we'll chase Rochelle. He's an excitement machine. We're going to go ahead and just offer him up huge money. We'll go like 275 on a 7-year deal. Like, we've been offering up bulk contracts. 565, hold on. Just give me a moment. Let's just see what McHenry's at. Let's just see what Ned McHenry's at. Because he could be he can go into the midfield as well, Ned McHenry. So he's probably a more versatile option, in all honesty. And he's a cheaper option. So I think this is a better choice. Because he can play forward, he can play midfield. Yeah, he's a good player to have, I reckon. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to chase 27. And we're just going to give up 75 and 57. Or actually, we'll see what we don't have to give up first. We'll see if we can get this straight away. We're just going to see if we can get this straight off the bat. Don't take long to decline. Well, then we'll add in our picks now. We've got a decent array of picks here which we can offer them up. We can give them a future round 5 as well. And they don't take long to decline my offer. Okay, right. Maybe we've got to get technical here. And we've got to trade in our first pick as well. And do this perhaps. Maybe we'll try this, immediately decline. And then what about if we add in more, like we give them that and that perhaps, to try and sweeten the deal. They still immediately decline. They do not want to budge. But the thing is that I'm not going to budge with my first rounder either. Yeah, I'm not going to be budging with that. So, right. So they don't want to give up theirs. What about if we were to swap our first round picks perhaps? And then I give up 17 and I get 7 in return. Don't take long to decline. What about if I got 8 in return? What about if I throw more of these useless picks at them that I don't need? Like 74 and 75, for example. What about if I do that? Don't take long to decline. Alright. What about if I also do 57 and 75? Alright, okay, McHenry's actually the last one which I'm going to be pursuing, and I'm just going to give up with this pick swap, and I'm just going to put it in straight away. We want Harms for McHenry, and 48. No, they declined the offer. Harms for McHenry. Thank you. There we go. So we got Larky, we got Sturt, we got 74, we got Lukosius, we got Humphrey, we got 56, and we got McHenry. Huge trade, and after all of that, we haven't even gone through free agency and all that yet. So we're just going to go free agency. We're going to go unrestricted. We're going to see what we need. Archie. I mean, in all honesty though, do we really need anybody else? I think we've done enough. I don't think that we need to keep this rebuild like going on for too much longer. I think we've done everything. I feel like we're fine, and I don't want to waste too much more time. We've gotten some huge recruited players. Lever 59 for Marshall. We are going to go ahead and should we counter the offer? Let's see if we can counter the offer. Let's see if there's anybody else that I don't need here. We'll take out Lever. And is there anybody else that I don't need? Grundy, because the Gordon Grundy rug combo is not working, so I forgot that we actually had him at the disposal, but nah, you know, I'm going to hold on to Grundy. Is there anybody else that I don't need though, that I could perhaps counter? What about if we counter, we go 59 and Shaki, and then in return we get, from them, we get, because we Josh Shackey's probably not going to work. And then in return, we get somebody like a Kane Farrell, and then we take out Marshall perhaps. So where's Marshall? We need to take him out of the trade. No, but I want to take him out of the trade. How do I remove him? No, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna not bother with that offer. Alright, anyway though, we did a good job. It's time to move on to the next year. Trade offer proposed, leaving 59. I'm going to go ahead and decline the offer. Right, and then I'm going to go ahead now. Trade period's all closed. And now we turn our attention to the national draft, which we don't have a great hand in all honesty. It is a pretty bad hand, but we've got a rebounding key defender. And after this now, which I think our next pick is not till like the 50s or something, we look at forwards and just see. Look at forwards. We've got a couple of back-to-back picks here. There's still a 91 to 99 overall, which if it's got that gold medal next to it, of course, you know. We don't need a ruck, a one out. Crumbing forward, beautiful. And then I think we've got a couple more late picks as well. Yep, we sure do. We've got a live wire forward, beautiful. And we're just going to take the best player available. And that is going to wrap up the draft. We've got the rookie draft now, which I'll definitely be heavily assuming we're not taking part in. But yeah, that was a shorter draft, and we've had a couple of rebuilds this year where we've had some big draft hands, and some others where we've had some smaller ones assigned the Guernsey numbers. We still did a fair bit. We didn't do a whole heap, but in terms of what we got a lot. For what we gave up compared to what we got, I felt like we got a fair bit. And I feel like this year's actually a genuine premiership year with the players that we got. With the players that we got, I feel like it's pretty unacceptable to not make grand final day. Win by 7 against North. Larky has the last laugh against his former side. We're playing the Eagles, which we did not make a trade with, I don't think, in the trade period, but we win that one by 37. We've got the Western Bulldogs now. We started off the year really well last year. Want to look for that again. 25 points against the Western Bulldogs. Nicely done. The big thing, though, which I'm looking for here is I'm looking for scoring. That's what we boosted, and we've been scoring well. It's fair to say the moves I made I'm pleased with, because, look, the D's, their defence and their midfield is really good. It's just the forward line which has been a little bit concerning. And that's why I went and got Larky, Lukosius, Humphrey. That's why I went and got those players, McHenry. That's why I went and got them, because they're going to be able to strengthen the forward line and even bolster that midfield as well. So yeah, we've got the Tigers now and Zach Eve, and we are scoring. It's fair to say that I'm very happy. This is probably going to be one of the best rebuilds yet. I'm very happy. The stuff which we've actually done has actually made sense. We've made progress. This is good. Round 9 clashing the Kangas. Nick Larky up against his former team. Win by 3 points. Beautifully done. Got Adelaide now on a Saturday night. Don't know how they got that time slot because they were on the bottom of the ladder. And we win that one. Inaccurate kicking nearly hurt us, but we win. Got the Lions now. We're top of the table. And that's where we want to be staying for the whole year. 15-point win. 10-19. We're scoring. We are scoring. That is what I love to see. The moves have paid off. The moves have paid off, and of course, as you know, recruiters and all that would be pleased when their moves pay off, and boy am I pleased when these moves have paid off. It's so huge when they do, and yeah, it's brilliant that this one has paid off. Some of those big moves, as I said, getting Lukosius, getting Larky and all that in, and we're on top of the ladder still. I haven't been keeping you guys up to date with the results for whatever reason, but we're on top of the ladder still. We're still going well, but now though we are not scoring for whatever reason that is. I don't know why, but we are not scoring. Our scoring has been down, but we get back to decent scores and we win, and we're pretty clear top still. We are still pretty clear top, and it's fair to say I'm pretty comfortable with where we are, and again with the moves that we made in the off season, very comfortable indeed. And look at the list. Oh, TIO Traeger Park's nighttime contest. Nice win. We are just miles ahead at the moment. We are off and away. We are off well and truly in distance. Another huge score. But yeah, this is brilliant. We are we're the best team in the competition. If we keep winning, we can be off by a million miles by the end of the year. But all of a sudden, though, if we lose this game to Port, who are one of the clubs chasing us, we might have the Dogs still to come as well. things get worrying. We've lost our top spot. We've got to beat Adelaide, who are on the bottom of the ladder. Of course, Ned McHenry playing up against his former team, won by 30 points. We need to take care of the Cats. We need to win our last 2 games to pretty much just ensure a top of the table finish. And hope Port slip up and 8-18 never looks good. And Gold Coast, who have been doing really well, even without Jack Lukosius in their side. And we beat them to finish. They kicked 7 goals, 20 though. And we finished in second, so pretty good. We're going to be playing Essendon in the second qualifying final. Us and Port are off well and truly away. There we go. 15-12. What a win by 58 points. Prelim final. We're playing Port. This is going to be one of the games of the year. This is the moment that it comes down to. Port had to go the long way. We're through to a granny. Knocked off Port. They've been the team in all the rebuilds that you got to try and beat. We're in the grand final to bring it home. I don't think we've done it in a rebuild yet this year. To bring it home, the big moves we made through the off-season were still well and truly worth it. We failed by 47 points, but it goes down as a successful rebuild. We did a good job. We did well. We strengthened the list, and definitely looks like this is the way to go in the future. Petrarca and Oliver both polled nicely. Bailey Fritz kicked the 25. Now I'm interested though to see where Petrarca, Lukosius kicked 21 along with Petrarca. Where's the big man though? Where's Nick Larkey? Unless if he's been injured for the year, it'll be fair to say that it'll be pretty disappointing if he doesn't feature too highly. Let's see. McHenry kicked 16, so some of our new players, Lukosius, McHenry, Larkey, only the 15 for the year. Okay, interesting. Is there anybody else that was new that I haven't seen on here? No issue there. And nobody there. All-Australian team. Oh, I was going to chase Georgiades, I think. I was thinking about going after Georgiades, potentially. But in the end, nah. There he is in the All-Australian team, though. And no one, bollocks things, no one. I was going to go after Banks as well, I'm pretty sure. So, interesting there that a couple of the players which we were going to try and pursue. Yeah, weren't there. Of course, we know what happened in the grand final because we were in it. But anyway, though, what a year. We made big moves, and big moves pay off. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but this time they most certainly did. So rebuild lists, of course. At the end of the rebuild, we go through the rebuild list. We've already done West Coast, Western Bulldogs, Geelong, Essendon, Collingwood, Gold Coast, Adelaide, Sydney, St Kilda, and now Melbourne. Still to come. Next up is Port Adelaide. It's fair to say they've done really well in most of the rebuilds this year when we've been the opposing side. Next week, next rebuild we're going to be taking the helm off Port Adelaide and seeing what we can do, and hopefully we might actually be able to actually win a premiership with them, because yeah, they've been looking really good in the times that we've been playing them in when we've been doing the other rebuilds, so it'll be interesting to see how that one goes. And then we've got Carlton, Hawthorn, GWS, Fremantle, Brisbane, Richmond and North also to come in the rebuilding series. That's going to wrap us up. We made some big moves. They did pay off. It took us to a grand final. We did lose the grand final though. But anyway though, thank you guys so much for watching. Please do make sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. See you guys next time on the channel. Thank you guys so much. Bye everyone. Flame Footy out.